What's up guys? In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do something called depth isolation photography. We do something like this, from start to finish, as well as a quick breakdown of how we're going to get this shot and edit them in Photoshop and Lightroom later for Instagram. And without further ado, let's cue the cinematics. Alright guys, in today's video, I'm over here at the Sentosa Merlion, and I'm over here being joined by my friend Joshua here, which is helping me film right behind the camera. I'll tag his Instagram down below if you guys want to check out his videos. So the reason why we're over here at the Merlion is because this is actually the last week that the Merlion over here in Sentosa will be operational, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to come here and do this. With that aside, let's get straight into the tutorial. Alright, so this is how we're going to take the photo over here. So first of all, you want to ensure that you have a tripod. You're going to put your camera on the tripod and you want to ensure that you have a stable surface where the camera will not move at all. Next, you ensure that you have a big camera filter, probably maybe 67mm. You can use an ND, UV or any other kind of filter you have. Next, you're going to take one photo, and what you're going to do is you're going to hold the filter out in front of the camera, and you're going to use a low f-stop number on your camera. So for example, we're going to use f2.8 or f3.5, or even if possible, you can use f1.8, depending on the lighting conditions we're in. Now what you want to do is you want to shoot a photo of you holding the filter in front of the camera. Next, what you want to do is take another photo without the filter in front of the camera. So you're going to keep the camera in the exact same spot, and what you're going to do is you're not going to change the focal length, or you're not going to touch the camera at all. Just take a photo of the background or your subject. If you're going to be holding the filter in the photo, I do not recommend using a long exposure. Long exposures can be done if you're going to be taking it for the background, but if you're taking it for the foreground, use a fast shutter speed, because you holding out your filter in front of the camera, your hand may shake a bit and it will cause a bit of motion blur. So you want your fingers and your hand holding out the filter to be nice and sharp. So now what you want to do next is, as usual, you want to shoot multiple photos. So maybe shoot like 10 photos. Don't just shoot one. So in case if you mess up a bit, you still have some extra backup photos, which is crucial for editing later in Photoshop, so that we do not mess up and we get a nice clean image for our Instagram feed. Alright, so now that we have done shooting these photos, I'll be going back home and I'm going to be showing you how to edit these shots in Photoshop. So yes, let's go.
Alright, so right now we've came back and I'm going to be showing you guys how to edit these two images we've just got into our depth isolation photo. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up the image with our filter in it. Next, drag out the window with the other photo of the background in it, and while holding the Ctrl key, drag this image onto the one with our filter on it. Now we're going to position the picture with our background into the center of the image. Next, we're going to go back to the background, click on duplicate layer and click OK. Drag the background copy layer above layer 1 and come to the left over here and click on this icon over here, also known as the quick selection tool. Click on the brush with the plus icon on the top left, and then select out the area inside of the filter. Depending on how Photoshop does, you may have to use the brush with the minus icon over here on the top left to remove unwanted areas Photoshop may have automatically selected. Once you have refined it and make sure it looks good, click on the backspace key once. And there you go. Now your background is over here inside of the filter. Click on your background copy layer, and while holding the shift key, click your background layer. Next, click on File, Save As, and over here we're going to name it as Depth Isolation. Now, click on Save. And we're going to select the file quality option to maximum. Click on OK, and there you go. That's all we need to do in Photoshop. Next, we're going to import this image into Adobe Lightroom, and in my case, I prefer using Adobe Lightroom Mobile. So we're going to import that into Adobe Lightroom Mobile and finish up our color grade using Adobe Lightroom Mobile or any other photo editing apps that you may have. So this is how the final image looks like. So on that note, I really hope that you guys find this tutorial helpful and would really go ahead and use this technique to create better images in future. And that's all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.